dashes are going to start guys, tuan-tuan dan puan-puan, perlawanan kedua best of 3 All-League Indonesia menentang CFU game daripada Kamboja. Sekarang kita saksikan perlawanan kedua di Land.
If you're only joining us now again, CFU has
jangan select. Wah, mana select kau lah select.
Puts them against Team Liquid for the
qualification match. Siapa MM dia orang? Musa Biru sama MM. Cewek. Cewek pun aku tak tahu kenapa dia jadi sub. Dia rehat tu.
You heard it here first.
CW
1-0 against the Indonesian champions. Cambodia is looking to represent CFU. You hear it every single time. This time we got a visual on what that looks like. They are ready to play as we head on into the Land of Dawn for game number 2 in this best of 3 series. This is going to be a fun one. Detective on that blue side, Kyrie on that red side, both with a purple buff start.
Looking at this too, again, from game 1, CFU started on a roll right away. They took it to ONIC from minute 1. We'll see if they try to replicate that here. Might be a little bit different, but definitely I want to see if ONIC has an answer for Boxy specifically. And yes, OP doesn't have his hands on the Kim, but they've got a lot of crowd control to go ahead and use. You can already see
tapi Gringo ni kalau tengah ONIC kan, tengah snowball lah senang cerita. Nak stack Sky Pixel 30 cukup lah kan. 30 tu kalau dia tak mati-mati kan. Mak kena tembak. Sebab Icon jumpa tak asal sebab tak belum.
Salah. 1v1 action. Severo though. This time around, the bob, the weave, the rhapsody. No be a back forward. Whoa, Sans though.
Oh, first blood dapat guys. San membalas dendam. Kenapa dia lag pula guys? Ini saya lag ke dia lag guys?
Yep. So, in terms of the emblem setup, Keyboy decides not to take concussive blast, but instead wants to be able
satu kali. Thank you Izwan.
A little bit faster with the help of the quad charge. Helps with those rotates, helps to be able to move
Gringo Festival of Blood.
More importantly, they don't actually want to push the waves. And Boxy, unfortunately, with that concussive blast doesn't have a choice as they attack topside.
Oh, Boxy goes aggressive.
Oh, Boxy. Nampaknya rotasi yang baik kali ini daripada ONIC Indonesia. Ini yang dia nak buat daripada tadi kan sebenarnya. Tapi member kena tekan.
ONIC have adjusted their plan. You want to be aggressive, we want to punish your aggression, right? And at least for Severo, he's very comfortable in this Harris v Granger matchup. They played it for months because of the previous patch. And now we go to the very first turtle.
Sun menggunakan ulti, cuba mempoking ni Purify dia gunakan oleh Sun. Mempoking Fredry nampaknya. Oh! Rough macam minuman Keyboy. Luffy tak ada follow up yang cukup. Luffy sangat-sangat lama dekat situ, tiada follow up. Tiada lagi contest turtle yang diberikan oleh ONIC. Aku rasa macam tak perlu je guys kalau tak cukup power kat situ. Kalau control banyak.
That was actually kind of sick. He jumps in, knowing that Lupti wants to get the passive stack on to Detective first so he can start using the Infernal Pursuit. Catches him mid-punch, and then the rest of the team chain CCs him. By the time he gets the Infernal Pursuit, Detective gets like 3 disengage. Let's watch this one more time,
CFU power ba? Kalau tak power dia tak masuk guys dekat international stage ni.
He gets knocked up and allows them to disengage properly because Sans can't cover
dah tengah jungle.
the fact that Keyboy is dead. So
Member
really
perang pula.
it's these small moments from CFU which is making the difference.
Yeah, and in that, OP got taken out earlier on. He did have to burn the flicker, so ONIC will find something, and that's, you know, what you mentioned is anytime Keyboy can set things up.
Zaman Force telah digunakan oleh Harit.
Doesn't have a flicker available now too, but still ONIC holding on to a very minor lead.
Lagi sedap bah.
This is going to be one of those games too where the gold laners really play a
kalau
part.
sedap kan.
Has done a good job farming up. Sing as well hasn't gone down despite dealing with a lot of
CFU
1v1 pressure. This is like Gideon mentioned, the classic matchup.
Tapi tengok macam mana dia key of victory perang ni obvious ni. Bila ONIC lah kan, bila nak menang Kyrie ni bila dah pede damage dia, orang cakap dah besar damage dia sikit kan. Untuk dia join teamfight dia kena join. Luffy ni akan berluasa sebab apa? Hero dash banyak, jadi Luffy senang dapatkan dia punya PC. Granger ni pula tak boleh nak mati guys kalau tengah ada stack Sky Piercer. Harit ni dah late game kari ngeri tu guys.
Goes for the all-in, Severo with 2 Rhapsodies should be able to take him out.
Oh, Boxy gonna try to do something here.
Iko Purify lah gunakan oleh Severo.
So Severo's gonna be fine. That is a battle spell down, so a little bit of an advantage right now for Sing to work on that Harith. We'll see if ONIC tries to go ahead and
atas duk, Purify dah tak ada duk, Marksman kena tolong duk.
Yep, they're going
Betul
to
pula.
force out that top side, knowing that Severo doesn't have that Purify. Whoa.
San datang beri bantuan. Zaman Force Purify telah digunakan. Boleh Sans. Nasib baik respon. Kalau tak respon tu pecah sia-sia duk. Oh, betul jadi dapat oleh Khairul. Dapat juga mengelak daripada final slash daripada Wadu. Sup.
Not gonna burn that flicker for that, so
Kalau tak dengar karing ngeri wah.
objective, they get a couple kills, they won't get this mid turret just yet.
Yeah, all this because Wadu just whiffed the ult. That's really what it boiled down
Tak
to.
gayanya Khairul Aming dalam keadaan selesa.
Because he was left out in the water, and considering that the front line was getting shoved in from the side of ONIC ID, making sure that Detective couldn't cover that space, that's how ONIC ID were able to take this turtle for free. But now back into the gold lane, right? Again, a lot of resources are getting thrown up to this top side. The fact that Sans wasn't really part of that fight to begin with just goes to show how important it is for both gold laners to have some form of pressure, some form of a lead to really
Hey, what's up,
sweep in their
guys?
So close here too, despite, you know, other than the jungle, which is, I guess, to be expected when you get a lead like this in Kyrie.
Pick off, Purify. Makan Fury tu. Boxy bisa ditumbangkan. Ni Savero. Oh! OP menggunakan flicker melarikan diri. Ultimate daripada Zetian.
No one else to follow through, so ONIC happy with one.
Yep, really nicely done there. Making sure, hey, you tsunami slam. Okay, sure, not that big, not a big of a deal. Lupi just flickers on out of there. Instantly punished, knowing that Boxy still had his flicker
betul
on
guys.
cooldown. So just really good
jungle
of the battle spells from ONIC ID, right? Both sides will
Ada
find a
Aming
little bit of advantage. T1 collapses down on
berada
bot
depan
side. Now we're
1400
starting
gold
to see
lead
the
dengan
ball
jungle sebelah.
roll.
Ni betul Shashi sebenar.
I'm not sure how Kyrie is going to go, but it looks like he's going to go for the BOD.
Gold lane
He's
300
real greedy because he's
hingga
also taking
pegang.
cooldown boots on top of it. And not to mention, Severo already with the Sky Piercer. This is where Sing has to be careful.
Depan ni Shashi kan betul.
Is this just because
Macam mana tak dapat berapa dia pak? Badang dia immune dia ulti kot. Dia dapat immune.
Not sure if they're going to be able to do much more, but that is no Zaman Force now available for this turtle. So ONIC might have enough of that information. Boxy's going to go ahead and take a look. I'm not sure if they're just going to rely on a Flannel Slash for this fight here. It's going to go for a little bit of a reset. Dark Wave.
Jungle basically full final slash. Lupi masuk. Pick off. Lakukan. Tak kena lagi. Savero dikejar. Savero menjadi tumbangkan oleh Harit. San hidup pun. Hidup tu. Lupi down. Kyrie. Oh! Shutdown.
I don't think they're able to find Sans though.
Wow,
penuh kat control. Bakicap nak layan semua. Sayang Saviro yang mati awal guys. Kalau dia tak mati awal kan boleh kot. Position pula mana? Pulsa kanan. Dia kena lompat dengan Zaman Force pula pelan lagi. Arlot lagi. Memang tak boleh lari lah cerita dia. Lupi seorang-seorang depan tahan 3 orang. Dia dah buat job desk dia dah.
Distributed amongst a lot of spots.
Again, Wadu, I know we didn't get to see the entire play out, but
memang kena main jam tu guys.
Job too at zoning Kyrie out. So Kyrie wasn't able to actually join some of that
Lama Lupi pegang enemy lagi. You.
And then, you know, survives it all.
Tapi masalahnya Marksman mati awal.
So great decision from CFU. So ONIC, you know, they lose. They had about a 3,000 gold lead that they were working with. It's going to be whittled down pretty much to an even game here, at least economically. But right now, it's still ONIC with a little bit of a pressure lead, the way that they're playing around this. But I guess they've got to respect what CFU can throw at them, especially between Wadu and Boxy.
I mean, sure. I mean, the fights are looking good for CFU Gaming, but now, as you can see, the conversion isn't the most deadly, right? It's not like a 5k gold swing. It's only a 3k gold swing so far. And when we look at the items as already built, we're going into the second phases of the game. We're going into the mid game, right? BOD already complete for the side of Kyrie, and it looks like he wants to eventually build up to an endless battle. Lutpi, he's not even going for Thunderbolt at this point of time. He's literally anti-Cuirass. I'm going to be able to tank as much damage as possible. I really need to see the MR come through from him, and honestly, the anti-Cuirass is kind of strange. I would have liked to see him play the Thunderbelt from the get-go.
Yeah. Early initiation from Boxy, Fear the Phoenix to follow.
Purify lah guna oleh Sans.
A little bit low here.
Kyrie
Still
tidak
have
menyebabkan
health, but
target.
that's a whole lot from both sides utilized for this. Lord is for the taking. They're fighting for control. CFU.
Oh, San down.
Sans goes down.
Teman first dah buka, Lupi masuk. Damage cukup pak, damage cukup pak. Wadu down. Tumbang Ranger. Satu hit lagi OP tu. Savero kena jaga jarak. Freddy dah ulti. Lupi. Kyrie masuk. Ultimate daripada Kyrie. Ui, tak mati rugi duk. Kalau tak mati rugi duk. Ayo, rugi duk. Ultimate daripada Keyboy. Zaman first. Ui, lama juga perang ni tadi ni.
Oh my goodness. All right, it's a battle of inches at this point, right? Both frontliners end up dying here. CFU, they do get a bit of a reset. Nobody's going to be able to take the Lord just yet. And the worst part is as these fights are going through, we start to see the micro plays, right? We start to see the efficiencies from ONIC side. Yeah, I'm down 2 kills, but look at Savero and as well as Kyrie's damage. They're through the roof. They're
ONIC ni
right now. And even without any damage items is still able to provide and contribute. The worst part about this is the fact that Detective is
instead of Granger kan, aku rasa much better dia ambil Kari lah kalau hero gini. Good lah. Oh, final slash kena 2. Keyboy down. Lupi masuk. Ultimate daripada Kyrie kat situ tak kena. Kyrie jaga jarak. Nampaknya tak ada cara untuk dia masuk. Double kill dapat oleh Savero.
Now, CFU has no choice but to back off of this. Kyrie's still up, but they're gonna fight.
Zaman Force, Sans berjaya menumbangkan Harit. Oh, Kyrie moment. Mega kill dia dapat oleh Savero. Lord
down to the wire. Sans able to get that final pickup, allowing Kyrie to come in and run through the rest of them. Even Savero able to stack back up. This is a fully built, fully scaled Yi Shun Shin. Level 15, his ult is on a
boleh lepas ke lot dia tu. Nyawa dah berkicap-kicap lah tu. Boleh guys. Lot dia dapat kali Khairul Amin. What's up guys?
You saw Savero dying early in that previous fight, but as this progressed, you notice they can actually kite 4 days. Yeah. There is no means for CFU to really extend their lead without Arlet. Detective is great at planning his foot down and being an immovable object and slowly take space, but cannot reach further than it.
I think even that, when you get a glimpse of them, still pressing on the gas in the mid lane, it's like, you don't convert that.
Savero sedap ni guys. Serius sedap. Stat sekali bisa dia hidup ni.
Even then, Sans able to
Savero late game sakit apa? Sakit Savero sakit lagi Harit guys, serius. Kalau boleh.
Teamwork there. So this
magic damage Harit ni.
It's going to be marching towards that mid lane. You can see the stacks here too for Savero.
So good. 560 natural stacks. 46 on the Sky Piercer. And now with this Lord,
ni dah 46 Sky Piercer. Sekarang ni dia jaga jarak ke. Siapa kena kat depan dia ni bertenggek ni. Keyboy gunakan ulti untuk mengelak daripada pick off daripada boxy, tapi di outplay sebenarnya. Konsil! Keyboy tak boleh elak. Siapa yang kena? Purify digunakan oleh Sun. Pick off, berundur, kiting dilakukan oleh tim CFU. Lupi masuk. Final slash hanya terkena Allah! Lupi!
Very aggressive, but CFU will just find one.
Nicely done by Detective. He saw that bar full. He knew that
CFU was going to come out of the
taunted state.
Ni kalau laning lah. Hero lain tak pasti lah guys.
Hops over the wall to pull him underneath the tower. That's the way CFU Gaming, they understand they've got a shark on their logo for a reason. They are fishing for ONIC ID.
It reminds me of what LaFell mentioned about sharks.
But
yeah, that's that glimpse of CFU. It's really the time.
Ni Harit dah siap, Holy dah siap divine kan. Kau tengok lagi siapa kena damage dia ni first kill cukup lah.
He's pretty aggressive.
Setengah nama kena.
On the Purify here, but maybe that's just the way CFU wants to play it out. I think even when we get up to the next Lord here in about 40 seconds, still You know, they got to be able to withstand that initial kind of onslaught from ONIC. They've been the ones
Masuk mid game guys kan. 3,000 golik dipegang oleh ONIC Indonesia sekarang ini.
To start these fights. I don't know if it would change much for
Dia
them.
aku nak turun kejap. Game ini negara mana? Kamboja.
The first get go on it.
I don't think they can afford it right now, mainly because Detective is a level down on Kyrie, and we know that with these world-clalas junglers, that one level difference really is the difference maker.
Nampak tak banyak game ni. Sila. Zaman Force, load P, benar-benar banyak Kyrie. Astagfirullah dia dapatkan. Oh, dapatkannya. Sabero. Lika digunakan oleh OP. Setup yang cantik pada Keyboy, tapi adakah ada damage yang cukup? 3 untuk 2.
Take this floor, they're so low here.
Yep, they are low, but Kyrie's going to heal up. There's no actually, I don't think if they're able to do the... Oh wait, no, Kyrie should have enough damage, but he's going to let Severo do the tanking. So once he's got just enough health, he gets back in and they start switching places. So nicely done.
Yang mudah dapatkan oleh ONIC.
Let's look at that fight one more time because I was surprised that they decided to fight here of all places. Why
berpecah perang dia termasuk dalam turret.
I was thinking the same thing. I was like, if they are going to start a fight, maybe not there. That's not the best place. So even if they pick up a couple kills, ultimately they now have to deal with the war.
That was very upsetting. I think that's one of the bigger...
Guys, sebelum tu bantu saya like dan share dulu guys stream ni. Kalau ada rezeki lebih jangan lupa kongsi donation social bus. Dalam maghribi kan. Kyrie tak Kyrie ni. Ya. Dia ketuk pintu rumah korang. Hello, what's up guys?
The siege is going to be a little tough, I'm not going to lie, but Opie did buy that wishing lantern. In terms of Zing, he's really strong, but he needs that space to take full advantage of that Zaman Force so he can start chrome dashing around.
Keyboy! Di pick off oleh Boxy. Final slash tidak terkena daripada Arload. Lama sustain Freddy ni gila. Sun gunakan ulti, nampak gayanya. Luffy masuk detektif. Last hit. Waduh, masih lagi hidup. Zaman Force kau tengok. Nampak gayanya dihukum pula oleh Kyrie. Immortal pecah oleh Wadu down. Savero guys, berapa stack gila Skypisser dia. Beli BOD, maknanya Savero dah tak ada kasut. Memang berkicap lah dahi dia. Siapa yang kena ni? Boom. Bam. Ulti hilang. 1.5 gila. Crystal lebih fokus. Boleh lah end guys, aku rasa serius. Retribution dia gunakan Kyrie. Legendary dapatkan. Crystal lebih fokus. Tuan-tuan dan puan-puan, mata penyamaan satu sama. Congratulations to ONIC Indonesia. Nice try untuk CFU Gaming. Kita sama-sama saksikan perlawanan penentuan sebentar saja lagi game yang ketiga. Jangan lupa like, komen, share, bagi pendapat korang pasal game yang kedua kali ni. Sama-sama kita saksikan perlawanan ketiga sebentar saja lagi. Jangan lupa subscribe.